Hey everyone, yes it is I am back, it is that time, and I am finally recouped and recovered and ready to rock after taking part in the world's largest trivia contest. I also was in preparation for the contest, because you have to be, because it's 54 hours of organized chaos and fun, with trivia questions being asked about anything and everything that the fine question writers over at 90FM can come up with. Our team name this year, we're the Freaks. Don't panic, freak. 42 is the answer. Yes, if you get the reference, then you'll know why we made team towels this year. Now, part of the tradition in trivia is to go to a trivia movie the week before. Right up my alley, you say, right? Well, this year they showed the classic You Can't Take It With You, directed by none other than Mr. Golden Boy himself, Frank Capra. Yes, the man who did Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, It's a Wonderful Life, Arsenic and Old Lace, just to name a few. Now, he's got this all-star cast starring Jean Arthur, who would later also be directed by Mr. Capra in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and her co-star, who again was tied with Mr. Capra not once but twice at least with Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. That would be Mr. Jimmy Stewart, who was also in It's a Wonderful Life, again with Frank Capra. You gotta love the studio system back then, folks. They kind of hired these actors, contracted them out to work for just that studio for a number of years. Can you imagine if you had that today? But we're not done with this cast. No, you got Edward Arnold, also was in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and Ann Miller, who actually, her last film was Mulholland Drive. How about that? She was acting all the way up to couple years before she died, okay? I mean, this all-star cast has a great story where Jimmy Stewart plays the son of a very rich owner of a bank who wants to buy some real estate, okay? But on that real estate, one of the households do not want to sell. It happens to be that that household is owned by the family of Jimmy Stewart's girlfriend. Yes, Jimmy Stewart's the son of the rich guy, and she comes from more humble background of a group of very unusual people in her family who are very unique in their characters and put on great performances on screens. Folks, this has themes that could apply to today's culture, okay? You can't take it with you. You've got the story of culture clash. You've got class clash, I should say, between each other as well. You've got a group of people who believe in image is everything, and then you've got a group of people who believe being yourself is everything, and they clash together through the two lovebirds. It's got some fantastic themes. With Frank Capra behind the camera, you know it's a classic. So while watching this film, I thought it was fantastic. I'm like, this is a great, beautiful film. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and it was great to revisit it. But I had some people in the audience going, man, that movie sucked. It was boring. This is a classic, you know, which got me to realize that with the generations going on, what do you consider a classic? So, Movie Man Challenge to you. Please comment down below. Everyone who watches this, look at it below. Comment, what do you consider a classic? Does it have to be black and white? Does it have to have Capra in it? Or can it be more modern? Can it be, you know, does it have to have Bruce Willis in it with Alan Rickman? Does it have to be directed by Spielberg? I want to know. I want to know what you guys consider classics. So please comment down below, send me the message, and we'll talk about what the results are, what you guys talk about later when we review another old film. Yes, as you can guess, you can't take it with you. 5 stubs across the board. Trivia, 42. 5 freaking fantastic stubs across the board. And also check out Trivia Town, folks, if you want an idea of the crazy chaos that is trivia. And that'll about do it for us here at the Final Cut. Till next time, folks, keep that ticket stub. Don't forget to comment.